What's up, guys? Welcome to the YouTube channel for Total Whitetail Feeds and Attractants. Today we're going to be out here filling this 55-gallon drum feeder that I've made up here. Hey man, it's cheap and easy to make. You can feed on the ground if you wish. It's not the best practice to do that. So I like to try to keep mine off the ground in some form or fashion. We've actually got 3 products that we offer here at Total Whitetail. And we do offer all these in 8 pounds and 50. But for shipping purposes, 8 pounds probably going to be the best for most of y'all. The first one we have here is what we call a texture, but it's actually a pellet and corn mix, and this is coming in at a 18% protein, extremely high in fat and fiber. Deer absolutely tear this up. We're going to be adding that to our barrel here in just a little bit. The next one coming in that we offer is just a straight pellet. This is a persimmon pellet, 20% protein, also high fat, fiber. Man, all these feeds will make your deer extremely healthy, put fat on them. And everybody knows if you have healthy deer, you grow big deer. This is our original mix that we first come up with, which is just a straight textured. It's also 20% protein. We actually made our that pellet that I just showed you, that's actually based off of this. I will tell you, the first time that we used this, 50 pound in less than 24 hours was gone, with a 4-inch deep hole, roughly the diameter of about 4 feet where they had been digging for this. I mean, that's how much mineral we put in this. We designed this to feed all year long, so it is a feeding program if you wish to do it that way.
Let me jump in there and add something. This is Josh with Thunder Chicken Outdoors behind the cameras. I can verify that. I put some out and I had deer on it within 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes. I mean, the deer, man, this is like cocaine to deer. I mean, it really is. When this stuff hits their lips, they're staying for a while. I've had deer on camera literally for hours and hours and hours. I use a Spartan cam, and I've done away with all my AA batteries in it to put a bigger battery on it, and I've had it go dead in 3 days. I mean, we're talking 2,000 or 3,000 pictures a week. And I mean, this is a small farm, but I mean, I hold deer. I'll include some pictures of some deer that I've grown here in the last couple of years, and you'll see the difference.
You still got the picture where you set the bag out in the woods and they was eating out of it?
No, that got corrupted. But yeah, one of our field tests was we actually took one of these bags here, folded the top down, which it was with this textured mix here. Folded the top down just to test it out to see if the deer would actually eat it out of the bag, and they did. And then they started eating the bag. So do not try that. that was just a test that we done, and it worked. Now I will say, hopefully coming here pretty soon, I'll be able to get some customers on here to talk about how they like it. One of those being the host and producer for Spiritual Outdoor Adventures, Jimmy Sites. Check out his new season on the Pursuit channel. You can download that app for free, and he has, I think, 3 or 4 episodes with Total Whitetail. That's episode 1, 2, and 4 that I know of for sure. And episode 4 actually has Doug Roberts in it, which is owner of Conquest Sin, and he'll actually let you know what he thinks about Total Whitetail feed. And with him being one of the biggest deer farmers in the U.S., that says a lot. I mean, you guys need to check that out. Second being, I'm going to try to get one of my customers, probably well known. He actually feeds he actually feeds some oryx and fallow deer, pinned deer, and then he feeds on a big farm that he's got his wild deer. And that being at his Mr. John Carter Cash. He's been a dedicated customer for Total Whitetail for about 3 years. If you guys would like to check any of this out, I do not have a website. I did have a Facebook page, and I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone. So you can check us out on Instagram,
YouTube.
Yeah, well, now YouTube, which you guys are watching YouTube, so you already know that. But yeah, I mean, Instagram, I'm not real good at posting regular. I mean, I still work a full-time job and doing this. So, I mean, I stay with it. And coming soon, and this just happened in the last 3 weeks, there is a good chance Total Whitetail is going to be putting out some bear feed for the people northeast and east coast and all that. So we're going to see how that goes. I've actually got a customer for that. We're going to try it out and see how it does. Looking to getting into some liquid feeds and stuff of that nature, but to get me to quit rambling, let's go ahead and fill this feeder up, and this right here will hold roughly about 350 pounds. I'm gonna start off with the regular pellets. I usually don't do this. I usually go one thing at a time, but we'll get you guys in a little closer, and you can get a better visual of it when it's coming out of the bag, what it looks like. But I mean, this stuff is amazing. I mean, you guys really need to give it a shot. I also have an email if you guys want some more information. It's totalwhitetail2021@gmail.com. Like I said, I don't have a website right now, but I'm more than happy to give you some information through email or some pictures of some products or what have you. I do have it in a few locations. If you're from around the Calhoun, Georgia area, formerly Gravit Farm Supply, they did have some, and I think it is now Smith Farm Supply. Just go in and ask for it, man. I mean, those guys have my number. They use it themselves. I've got it, where else was it? I'm working on a place over in Waynesboro, Georgia, and I have some available in Newberry, South Carolina, I think it is. And I'm actually working on a place down next to Detroit, Texas, to produce some over in that part. So yeah, man, I mean, if you would just hit me up. I mean, I'll give you my phone number. I mean, it's 270-670-3767. If I don't answer, it's because I don't know the number. So if you can text, shoot me a text, man. We'll do it that way too. That's no problem. So we'll get y'all on in here, get you a little closer. You can take a gander at this and see what it looks like when it comes out of the bag. Keep in mind, guys, I have not fed these deer in probably a month. So you can see here, this is a full 100% pellet. Of course, this bag here is a little bit dusty where I've had it riding around in the truck, throwing it around and all that good stuff. But right there it is, a straight pellet mix. Nice small pellets. I mean, it's not something that's gonna run them off because they sit there and chew and chew and chew away trying to bust these pellets up. And this one is the textured, but it's the pellet corn. And the reason for the corn, this one here is actually, I designed it as a fall blend because the deer need more carbs in the fall instead of protein. So we did back the protein off for that reason. And corn during the spring and summer for deer is not good at all. I mean, it can cause acidosis just like it does in cattle, where they bloat and they die. This last bag here is going to be that textured I was telling you about, the original blend. Now that last pellet was also coated with molasses, but it's infused with persimmon. All of these are infused with persimmon, and the reason they are, that's what everybody around here in Kentucky likes to use. But I can do just about any flavor. I mean, that's not a problem at all. So if you have something that works in your area, I can make it. But in order for me to make it, I have to be able to move enough of it, because I do have minimum orders that I have to place with manufacturers. So that's different in all places. I've had 9 ton, 4 ton, 3 ton, 6 ton. So it all, if I can move it, I can make it. I mean, that's no problem. Alright guys, we've got this barrel filled up roughly about halfway. And you can see down here on the bottom, the way I've got this cut is you have very little that comes out on the ground. It does hold it in that little cup right there for the most part. So your waste is very minimal. And the reason I say waste, these are not waterproof or weather resistant. Now the pellets will hold up a little bit better if they get rained on. The original, this fluffy powdery stuff, when it gets wet, it's not good. They will come back and try to eat it, paw through it, but it's not good. And like I said before, feeding on the ground is, I mean, people do it. I used to do it. I don't do it now because there's too many parasites in the ground that those deer will pick up. But the good thing is with Total Whitetails, we add so many minerals to it. We try to fight off a lot of the parasites and diseases that they get. And that's what sets us apart from everybody else. You know, most things that you get is literally just a cheap made product that they're making a killing on. And most of the time it's not very high in protein or fat or fiber. It's an attractant. This is not what you would say an attractant. It does attract deer, but it also holds them, and it also grows huge whitetail deer. And like I said, you guys need to go check out Jimmy's site on Spiritual Outdoor Adventures. I think this is season 21 for him. Been doing it a long time. He actually done his own experiment with it, which is pretty cool, especially when you watch him put 50-pound Total Whitetail beside a 50-pound bag of corn, and the Total Whitetail was gone, and the corn's still sitting there. He had the coons eating the corn. So I mean, that says a lot right there. I mean, I understand a lot of people use corn because it's cheap, deer eat it. They do, but there's no nutritional value to it. I mean, you're not going to build a healthy herd on corn. It's just not going to happen. I mean, if you run food plots, hey man, that's great. I want to get into the food plot business too. But as of right now, it's crazy. It is really crazy to get into it. This right here is going to make up the majority of your food plots that you use. I mean, it's going to take place of a lot. Just the minerals alone that we put in this it's just nuts. So having healthy deer feeding this is not a problem at all. Like I said, I mean, if you guys want to check it out, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about it. Like I said, if I don't answer, shoot me a text and I'll give you a call back as soon as I can. That's no problem. But we're gonna jump off here and move on to the next thing. Appreciate you guys.
But before we jump off here real quick, I wanna point out that you know, Sean talked about all the minerals and stuff that they put in this feed. I know a lot of y'all want to put out salt blocks and stuff like that every year. That's great. We do it too. But the minerals and stuff that they put into this, if it does get rained on, it gets down into the ground just like your salt block and stuff like that will. So, you know, just keep that in mind for, you know, future, because you're not only having an attractant and you're, you know, a little bit of feed and stuff here too, but you've also got that minerals that's getting down in the ground where they can come back to it time after time after time, even in the spring whenever they're needing that nutrients to get that horn growth started, and in the fall whenever they're packing that weight on for them, that upcoming rut and everything.
Well, I'm glad you said that. That brings me to another point here, that in states that you cannot hunt over bait, if this mineral gets down on the ground where you just created a mineral site, and I know some states require you to, you know, dig so much dirt out of your mineral site or what have you, but the good thing is you're not technically making a mineral site. You are feeding deer in the off season, so you should not. Don't quote me on this. I mean, look at your local game laws.
Local and state game laws like that.
That is a feed, not a mineral. So keep that in mind. We appreciate it, guys.